Dulce et decorum est, propria mori. This means it is sweet and fitting to die for one's country. And it is completely wrong. War places scars upon the hearts and minds of people that can never be eradicated for generations to come. Take warlord Joseph Kony. In the past 25 years alone, he has abducted over 30,000 children and forced them to become sex slaves or child soldiers. Do we really want to live in a world where we turn a blind eye to the injustice that is served daily? Now, there may be some of you out there saying, this doesn't really have anything to do with me. Just another person talking about war. But it does. Take postcode wars, for example. Young people killing other young people over something the postman uses to locate where you live. Now, can you imagine, like, living between a place like E9 and E8? So you're walking down the road, someone says, stop, you're in bad man's land, get me, fam. And then, figuratively speaking, you cross the road, and you continue walking. Someone's like, oi, stop, you're in Mandem Cruise territory, get me. What sort of crazy world do we live in? Now, on a personal note, I don't have a problem with dying, just because it's inevitable, we will all die one day. But I have a problem with what I'm going to die for. And for me, of all the possible reasons in which a person might want to die for, dying over a postcode has to be one of the stupidest reasons imaginable. E9, E5, E8, and 16. The only things they have in common is that they're just a bunch of numbers and letters. By a show of hands, who here is willing to die over a bunch of numbers and letters? No one. This just goes to prove that when I say young adults, children, who are in gangs and participate in postcode wars, can be compared to child soldiers, just because both of them have been indoctrinated, whether it's by a gang leader or by a warlord, that something that is wrong, so morally wrong, verging on borderline inhumanity, is a way of life. And it's not. War and all things associated with war have become a plaything in the hands of this generation, where you have children as young as 6 playing Black Ops and Grand Theft Auto. They've become so desensitized to the fact that a human life is precious and can be stripped off the face of the earth just like that. So the next time you're at home or at a friend's house and you're playing a war-related game, even if you're just walking past a shop and you see a war-related game and you're like, oh, that looks quite cool, I might get it, I want you to stop and take a second to think about the people whose lives war really does affect. Because in this reality, there are no second chances, there are no extra lives. When people die, it really is game over.